All right, I'm gonna take a stroll down Bourbon Street. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning. I'm sure it was hopping last night, and I guarantee you it will be hopping tonight. But you're gonna see a little bit different Bourbon Street than what you see at night. That's for sure, because it's busy with trucks coming through, unloading stuff, delivering stuff. They just do all of it pretty much in the mornings up until about noon. And I mean, it's usually it's a lot of activity. You can see somebody pulling up there, and there's somebody unloading down there. They've been through early in the morning and clean the streets. They do it every night. So with street cleaners. So this is Bourbon Street during the day. I just walked out of our hotel, so we're a half block from Bourbon Street. So there we go. Bourbon Street. All right, so this is where the guy came through last year, I guess it was, with the car that killed a bunch of people coming down Bourbon Street. Canal Street is right there. This is the first block. That's where our hotel is, right going that way. Anyway, so this is where he came plowing down through. And if you'll notice, they got some new barriers they put up at night. And so nobody can come down through here. Anyway, so this is Bourbon Street at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning. It's not a lot going on. But let's just walk down for a minute. There's just a lot of stuff. It's an interesting, very interesting place to be at night. And I mean, at Mardi Gras, these streets are so packed you can hardly move. But everybody has a good time. Used to be back 20 years ago when I used to drink. I'd be down here at night and until the wee hours of the morning, or possibly daylight, drinking, because everything was open for all night long. And so, like I said, it's a different place during the day. And one street over, which I'll walk over there in a second, is Royal Street, or Royale, however you want to say it. It has some nicer high-end shops and things like that where you can buy stuff. But Bourbon Street has a lot of like voodoo shops and a lot of places to drink. So it's beautiful old hotels that you can stay in right on Bourbon and hang out on the balcony and see everything that's going on, throw beads and all that kind of stuff, which is real popular down here. A lot of street vendors, but not during the day. They're all at home taking it easy, resting from last night. But you see each intersection has barriers up, and these side streets you can come across even when the barriers are up, but you can't get on Bourbon Street. And now they've got new barriers on those side streets also that will keep you from coming down some of those at all too. So they're a whole lot more security conscious now since they had that incident last year. But you can see this is the Royal Sonesta Hotel, and it takes up a lot of space. It's multiple buildings, and it's a great place to stay. We've stayed there before. It's can be loud at night. Depends on what room you're in, and depends on what you want to do as to where you pick to go. This is a nice little musical legends park, and they have live music, what I would call more tame live music, not really bar type live music at night, in the evenings and at night. And it's just a nice place to be able to sit down and relax and eat something or whatever. But like I said, the Royal Sonesta, it goes on for quite a number of buildings, a whole block actually. So it's a pretty neat place. So Bourbon Street is about a mile long, I think, and it's just, like I said, it's packed at night, and just a lot of stuff going on with people unloading produce and whatever for the bars that are along, bars and restaurants that are along here. I'm fixing to head over to Royal. All right, we're headed to Royal. There's just more restaurants and things along here. That's still the Royal Sonesta Hotel right there. Like I said, the activity today is more commerce commercial commerce than anything. All right, I'm on Royal. This is the police department, and you can see there are like art shops and things like that on Royal. They have nice paintings and such. Pretty cool. They have antique shops, as you can see down there. Just a lot of stuff. It's got a nice price tag on a lot of it. But it's a fun place to come look, even if you don't want to buy. It really is. They got some really unique, cool kind of stuff in a lot of these shops. And they do have a lot of artwork that's sort of tells you a little bit about the area, a lot of music, because there's a lot of music that goes on down here. And they do have a steamboat down here. Well, I don't know if it's a real steamboat, but it looks like it. Down at the river, the Mississippi River runs through New Orleans. And they do have other places other than Cafe Du Monde to get some beignets. However, I think Cafe Du Monde has the best, but they do have others. And the Louisiana Supreme Court is on Royal Street, and it's right there. And there's a lot of cool old architecture still in French Quarter, and you can see they're working on a building right there. They try to renovate and do whatever they can to keep it authentic, and they've done a great job. There's a guy looks like he's a one-man band getting ready to set up. Get ready for the day. He is indeed a one-man band. He's got an accordion, a drum, a couple of guitars. Wow. Pretty awesome. He's got an umbrella just in case the sun hits him too much. All right, so let's make our way to Jackson Square, which is where the Catholic Cathedral is. And it's a cathedral because the Pope has actually been there and presided over a service there. So it makes it a cathedral. And that's the best of my understanding. And that's where the mules are with the carriages that you can hop a ride and ride around the French Quarter. And it's just across the street from the Mississippi River. So I'll go over there. All right, so here we are on Decatur. We have a street, same street name in Montgomery, but we call it Decatur. So Jackson Square is just down this way. All right, so this is Jackson Square right here, and there's a lot of street vendors, artists, and things like that set up all the way around here and around. The cathedral's back there, you can see. And there's a big open area in front of it where there'll be people in little bands and artists and all palm readers and all that kind of stuff around there. And there's a good old hot dog stand, Lucky Dog, and then this is where the carriage mules line up. If you can take a carriage ride around the French Quarter. And this is the company that I'm gonna adopt my second mule from. And he's gonna be lighter colored than that. He's supposed to have a white muzzle. But this is the carriage rides with the mules from Royal Carriages. And Cafe Du Monde is just down the way, not far. And the Mississippi River's just across the street. We'll head over there in a minute. But they do quite a good business, and that's a beautiful one right there. I wonder if I saw him yesterday. Anyway, we'll go over to the river in just a minute. This is about the color, I think, of Cosimo that I'm going to adopt, and he's supposed to have a white muzzle and white on his up around his eyes, so because he's supposed to be a blonde sorrel, and that's about what this is. Pretty mule. You don't have, well, this isn't him, but one pretty much like him. And this is actually Jackson Square inside, and you can get a good view of the cathedral, and there's a statue of Andrew Jackson on his horse. It's a pretty little park. As you can see, and like I said, in between the cathedral and the fence of the park is a big open space where people collect. I'll go around there in just a little bit. All right, here we are at the mighty Mississippi. I don't know if you're familiar with how big a tugboat is or how big just a single barge is, but there's one over there, and you can see how small it is in relation. It's a pretty big river coming down through here, and anyway, and here's the riverboat that I was telling you about right there. And there's a cruise ship down there, but you can take a riverboat ride. And I wish it was on its way out, but it's not. That's okay. Anyway, so this is the mighty Mississippi. It's a pretty nice big river. And Lake Pontchartrain, which is a huge lake. I'm not sure where it is in relation to here. I think it's that way. Anyway, it's like a 5-mile bridge that goes over Lake Pontchartrain. So anyway, mighty Mississippi. All right, it's getting hot outside, so I'm fixing to go in my walk right down here at the Cafe du Monde, which if you go look at a prior video, we ate at Cafe du Monde Thursday morning, and I think it's pretty crowded now, and the band's going. I got a little band that shows up every day, just pick-up band. I mean, I know it's the same guys. I don't know if it's the same band every day or not. I don't think it is. So, and you can hear it going. So, I'm gonna end my walk and head back to the hotel and get in some air conditioning. See you, bye. Oh, and one last thing. Be sure and come to New Orleans. It's a fun city. There's a lot going on. Go visit Bourbon Street. If you've never been, go at night. It's crazy. Be careful because it can get crowded, and sometimes you just got to go where the crowd goes. But it's fun, and they got really good food down here. They got a huge variety of types of food down here, and that's why I come most of all now. But yeah, come visit New Orleans. A lot of fun. See you. Bye. Playing the trombone with one hand and got the tip bucket in the other. How about that? All right, now this is actually see you, bye. Okay, I lied, so it's not see you, bye. I'm gonna show you some more of these artists and vendors. They got a lot of stuff and a lot of talented people, I tell you what. It's amazing. It's beautiful right there. But there's a lot of folks that come set up the shop right here, and some in the shade and some not. But there's a lot of shops along this square also. Like I said, Jackson Square. And I'm going to get to the front of it where the cathedral is. See if anything's going on there yet. It might be too early. So that's cool. All right. Neat stuff. A lot of variety. A lot of variety. Yeah. What a place to come paint, you know? Wouldn't that be nice to have a spot like this to be able to do your handiwork? Yeah. Let's see. Got our spot picked out. Yeah. And they had to knock him out. They hadn't really gotten started yet now. But you can see there's probably a palm reader way down there. Anyway, and there's the cathedral. So it's a pretty cool place. See ya. Bye.